Hello and good evening. My name is John. We're playing Major Minor Complete Edition? Redux? What is it called again? Complete Edition. It's part of my Steam cleaning series where I go every game in my Steam library, eventually the arbitrarily rate and or review them after we go to playtime. Now, apparently there's two versions of this game. I don't know if there's a difference between Major Minor and Major Minor Complete Edition, but I'm going to play the Complete Edition and count that as a review for both. If that's an issue, I don't know, let me know, but I think they're close enough to be the same thing. I don't know what this game is about, but it has controller support, so maybe it's an RPG. Let's hit a button and find out together. Using multiple save files is highly recommended. Both keyboard and controller are supported for input. F4 will enter window mode, F5 will return to menu. Please enjoy and choose wisely. Okay, so I'm guessing it's more of a visual novel? Did I mention I pick these games out at randomly and then arbitrarily rate and review them after we would await playtime? Where am I? Is this outer space? No, it absolutely can't be. I'll never survive in the void. I scan my surroundings. What I see should be an impossibility. A luminescent nebula gazes back at me. It twinkles, dances across the sky. It's beautiful, but I'm not here to stargaze. They take in the scenario and notice some key things. My feet are not on solid ground. I appear suspended. Maybe I appear to be suspended? And for some reason, I'm able to hear and breathe. Those are two things you can't do in space. I count this as a blessing and focus on breathing. There are exercises I could use to calm myself down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before I can count any higher, though, I'm interrupted. That moment, I realize I'm not here by myself. I feel a hand rest upon my shoulder, and I shiver. I expect to feel fear, but a rush of calm overtakes me. They brought along their pipe music. Question mark says, "Hello and welcome to the Ark." This is a very special place, you see. Only a select few are allowed here. This is home to those touched by fate. Imbued with a power most would call fiction. Others have come, but it is now your turn. First and foremost, I require a name, something to enter in the annals of time. We must ensure that you aren't forgotten. Oh, okay. No? Not gonna... There we go. Steam clean. Cleaning? No, that's it. Steam clean, huh? There's a nice ring to it. No, it doesn't. I'm sure you'll be remembered. Why are you so scuffed up? My name, you ask? I'm afraid that's not important. No one will remember me after this. Your presence here portends a great fate. Not just for you, but the universe too. That is the purpose of those who come here. To that end, what else do they call you? Your surname is just as important. Out of curiosity, I must know. You know, if you would have given me this choice to know I was new first and last name, I would have put my different names in. But now I don't know. Steam cleaning. Very well. The pleasure is mine. In giving me your name, the deed is done. Your service to me and the Ark is pledged. What? But do not worry, you are not a slave. Your service rewards you with a power. Something that most would kill to achieve. Others must bend to the rules of the world, but for you, the opposite rings true. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. When you make a choice, reality will bend. Your every whim will fall to your lap. The universe now accommodates you. This is the power granted to you by the Ark. This is the power granted to you by me. Do I have the power to add italices to this font? Oh, it appears you are fading away. Do you long to return to Earth? I understand, there is fear in the unknown. I will find you again soon. And perhaps then we can talk a little more. Don't be scared, Steam Clean. I mean no harm. Sure? Work affection, shock affection, rocker affection, Kela affection, Archon Enumi affection, true ending flags. Okay. So the menuing definitely reminds me of a Game Maker game, but this is a visual novel, so I don't know if you'll actually do anything else. I feel a rush of speed and I'm shot back into my body. It's almost as if my spirit momentarily left me. Who was that man? And just was the Ark? I scratched my head in a stage of sheer confusion. It definitely wasn't a dream, I know that for sure. When you wake up from a dream, you know it wasn't real. You laugh it off, continue on with your life. That's not the sensation I was feeling right now. I try to ground myself in reality. I take in my surrounding, the noises, the lack of people. I focus on my destination, Tokyo, Japan. I feel myself calm down, slowly but surely. The anxiety starts to replace itself with excitement. Though, many would argue what the difference is. Who didn't dream of going to Tokyo in their lifetime? It had to be on the bucket list of millions of people. And as the first of many places I'd visit, one would surely be the best year of my life. Oh, on what would? I sit there holding the armrest with a fierce grip. It wouldn't be long until I figured out how wrong I was. Okay. Chapter 1, The Calm Before the Storm. I'm assuming this entire game is now anthropomorphic characters. I try my best to maintain my composure. A can of Pop Star held firmly in my grasp. I wasn't one to drink energy drinks so leisurely, but I picked up what you might call an addiction. For a little bit more context, I'll say this. Pop Star was the leading brand of energy drink. In fact, it was almost as popular as soda. It had the full endorsement from a famous pop idol. A contest was held to coincide with this idol's new tour. 2 special cans were thrown into the wild. Golden tickets. No, not Willy Wonka. What was the kid's name from Willy Wonka? Something Bucket? I want to say something Bucket. Those that found them got to travel with the tour. Almost like a golden ticket. Okay, from my childhood stories. The contest made the drinks skyrocket in popularity. It took the world by storm, a cultural phenomenon. The chance to live out a life of luxury was hard to pass up. In case you didn't know, the name of the idol was Clace. I didn't know. So when I say I picked up something of an addiction, that might actually be the understatement of the year. The odds of winning were literally in billions. The billions. So it took a fair amount of chugging in order to win. I asked myself if it was worth it, but that's subjective. At least that's what I told myself in between jitters. Being one of the lucky 2 came with its consequences. That's what the media call prospective winners. Ow. Before I can continue thinking, I'm interrupted. Someone walking down the aisle had a nasty fall. They brace their descent and land on the seat beside me. That takes special kind of skill, doesn't it? He quickly raises to his feet, wearing a look of panic. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I nod my head, it's nothing in the world. Aside from the minor frightening, everything is fine. Although, maybe we could talk to pass the time. It was starting to get boring, sitting by myself. First time on a train, don't know what came over me. I just got dizzy and then bam. Sounds like someone has a case of vertigo. I apologize again. Sorry for intruding, I really am. I try to explain to him that everything is fine, but he seems to think he's committed an awful crime. Your choices will affect the way you are treated. Before he can respond, they also change the flow of the story. The alarm sounds loudly. Remember, it's not possible to please everyone. The train comes to a screeching halt. Mechanical failure? That's not good. Oh no, what was that? Are we going to die? I can't help but snicker at that. He's clearly one of those claustrophobic thinkers. When am I going to make those choices you're warning about? Maybe I don't have to laugh at this poor kid. Good thing I brought a conch. What? Why would that help? Now I can be in power if we're stranded. He goes to rummage through his bag. Bit of a bookworm too, isn't he? I decide to sit back and wait it out. In situations like this, there was nothing else to do. I try to think of how I could pass the time. It might be a while until we're mobile again. I can't use my phone for anything other than text. The data charges while abroad were a death sentence, but everyone back home was already asleep. There was quite the time difference at play here. My phone vibrates, and I go look at it. Almost if I knew I was thinking about it. It's Rook, the man I meet at the train station. Almost here? I can't wait all day, you know. He's wondering where I am. I'm not sure what to say. Should I play it cool or let him know we're stalled? Can't say for sure. Rook didn't like your response. I was honest with him. chose to be honest with him. Wouldn't want to get things off to a bad start. Gah, uncertainty, my least favorite thing to hear. Very well. But some might feel exactly what happened. His reply signals the feeling of discontent. There was nothing I could do. And of course, I was truthful. I could rest easy. I noticed that the squirrel is also eagerly texting away. I put my phone back in my pocket and reclined in my seat. I wasn't really sure how Rook would relate it to Clace, but he had to be pretty high up there. I was only given concrete details last week. I thought there'd be limos and media coverage, but I was quickly told that that wasn't the case. I was getting picked up by a regular guy named Rook. I wonder if we would go full on cliche, with a large piece of cardboard that says, Steam Clean. Oh man. I really hope it'll be okay. My train rides are usually incident-free. Usually. But he said this was his first time. Seems contradicting himself without realizing it. Well, as fun as awkward silences are, we should probably get to know each other. Just in case we're stuck here forever. Oh, how fun would that be? That music definitely kicked in. You can call me Kela. I'm here to turn down the volume slightly. Well, I'm here to see some friends. What about you? What brings you to Tokyo? It's nice to meet another English speaker. I only speak Japanese at the preschool level. I'm about to answer him, but I stopped myself short. I have flashbacks when I signed the NDA. I wasn't allowed to publicly reveal why I was here. At least not until the media made it official. But then again, what harm could it do? It'll definitely never find itself back to me. Plus, Kela could be impressed with who I really am. A friend would be a great thing to have while abroad. Sorry, I can't tell you why I'm here. I decided to stick to my morals and not break the NDA. It's probably for the best. Who wants a lawsuit? I did let my secret out, and word got back to Rook. Well, I'm sure there'd be hell to pay. Oh, you can't say? That's cool, I guess. I'm here to visit my brother. Nothing to hide on my end, really. I thought he said he was to meet friends. Now he's here to meet his brother? This seems odd. Nothing to hide, huh? I feel bad that I can't tell him. He clearly realizes that I'm hiding something. I'm still really excited. It's my first time in Tokyo. Gotta hit up all the maid cafes. Gross. Of course. Typical tourist. What about you? Would you ever go to a maid cafe? I hear they're just the best. Maid cafes. Those are much like the restaurants in Western culture. However, your waitress always stays at your table. You converse with them, play games, get to know them. It was definitely a foreign concept to me. How do I respond to Kela? They aren't really my thing. Oh, that's a shame. I'm heard that they scare foreigners, or at least they judge without trying. You shouldn't knock stuff before doing it. Who knows, might not be liking it. Before I continue talking, the train moves again, and the passengers are shaken up by the sudden movement. Kela beams a wide smile, as this was a major/minor victory. Wow, I was scared for nothing. That really didn't last long at all. I hope you had fun wandering around those main cafes. They may not be my thing, but he seems sure excited. Personally, I was more excited to meet Rook. I wonder what he'd be like. More importantly, I wonder how he'd treat me. He certainly seems like an interesting guy. For a moment, I'm glad I didn't break my NDA. I don't think I would have been able to face him if I did. I find it odd that I'm analyzing. I find it odd that I'm analyzing my previous actions. Wow, that was tough to say. I have to say this game is very reactive to the choices I'm making. A lot of these games, they just keep blowing on and your choices really have maybe one or two lines, but it seems very well written to account for that. As if I could change what I said and what I did. Perhaps it was because of that weird vision I had. I can control my own destiny or something like that. What a ridiculous thing to comprehend. If I could control my destiny, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be off somewhere living life of luxury. There's no use in thinking like that, so I stopped. Wow. At that exact moment, a pain attacks my chest. More pain than I ever felt before. It pulses with increasingly fast heartbeat. I go to clutch my gut instinctively, only to find that I can't move. Everyone around me seems to be frozen in place. I start to panic. I go to focus on my breathing like before, but I can't breathe either. I sense someone behind me, and then I feel it. The hand on my shoulder again. The pain fades away as I grasp loudly for air. Is there something about his touch? Terribly sorry for earlier. Our meeting seems to have been cut short. Perhaps you desire to return to Earth. After all, the universe bends to you now. Am I frightening? Am I that frightening? Either way, I sense conflict within you. You think what happened earlier was a dream? Yet now your dream stands before you. I am real. The Ark is real. And the power that you have? Well, yes, it's real too. I'm not here to lecture you anymore. Your words and actions are your own, as is the power I have given you. You'll be ashamed of your words and deeds. However, you will be asked to help me. You are not receiving this power for free, but I will let you run free for today. When I see you again tonight, I'll tell you everything, and then your journey will begin. Yeah, sure. File 2, let's do it. Okay. I was immediately shot back to my own reality, or at least the reality I was comfortable with. But I know one thing for sure. That really happened. The Ark wasn't just a dream. He actually gave me some sort of power. I have no idea what to think right now. The confusion inside me intensifies. It's like a million of voices are fighting in my head, trying to make sense of everything that happened. Hey, are you coming? Kela stands before me, his luggage in tow. I notice that I'm also standing up. It appears my body has moved on its own, almost like something momentarily took over. Did I say something wrong? Gosh, I need to watch my mouth. I tell him he did nothing wrong. I let him know that I lost my own train of thought on a train. He seems to giggle as if it was a pun. Yes, there you go. I decided to take credit for it, perhaps in an attempt to ease my inner turmoil. At least he waited for me, or I'd be clueless right now. That's the last thing I'd want to be. Alone and confused in Tokyo. Bad combination. I apologize for the delay as we exit the train. Fright looms over me for the rest of the day. Whatever happened tonight would change everything. Dun dun dun. Earlier that day, in the courtrooms of Terra, a planet far from Earth, yet closer than was known to any. Phoenix Wright, objection! So, okay, the reason, okay. I have trouble understanding why the clothing is fit like that. Like, I don't... You got fur. Like, I don't know. It just seems like you'd be over hot. Ladies and gentlemen, without further... Oh, I get it. Further delay, I present to you Lord Player, your current leader in the race for mayor. And with that, your future king. I've been his humble servant for years, and throughout that I am certain of one thing. He will bring Terra to an age of prosperity. Now that is a fancy kitty. Come now, Riley, you embarrass me. I'd rather speak for myself. I'm flattered, but they need to hear me. I shall speak of this prosperity on my own. This is something every Terran must hear. Under the current king, we are doomed. Forgive me, Lord Player. I did not mean to embarrass you. Not in front of all these people. I mean, you know Cora, Riley. Have a seat. I'll call you as needed. Yes, my lord. They really are introducing a lot of characters pretty early on. Allow me to ask you all a question. You do not need to answer vocally. Just ponder it as food for thought. I may paint an image in your minds. You have a starving family. Your only desire is to feed them. You work harder than you ever have before, but you only have enough food to feed half. The rest of your family will simply starve. Ouch. Though before you can eat, there's a knock, a violent rapping on the door of your home. You learn that it is someone new to Terra. They fled the destruction of their home. All they want is a new life on our soil. They beg you for food, almost dying. But if you feed them, your family suffers. In this case, charity is a curse. They live and your family may die. So what would you do? Would you help a stranger, even if it goes on to hurt your family? I believe I know what your answer is. Why would I let my family die? Why would I give a stranger my food? I do not blame you for this if this is your answer. You work so hard for the sustenance. Why are you expected to just give it away? Oh my god, is this guy bad? Why is Terra expected to give... Yeah, he's bad. She? They? I don't know. This is a portrait painted of our world. A place to be taken advantage of. Used. We can barely sustain ourselves. We need to care for these immigrants. Your current king is making fatal mistakes. He gives everything away freely. And he calls himself the immortal king. He truly lived for several millennia? Well, you'd think he'd have common sense. Something Terra has been lacking as of late. Every immigrant we accept, they're all another stroke on our canvas. Is that bad? Oh, one that paints us as lax and lazy. The more we accept into our world, the more we condemn ourselves to accept. This is the power of that word of mouth. At this rate, we'll all die. Regardless of our origin, we will all start. What are you, Thanos? You gonna cut everybody in half? I want a strict immigration law, but even this would not help us. You don't allow a disease to run rampant. We need to cure this blight permanently. A vote for player will give us severance. Disconnect from all other words. No longer will be able to use us. Elected, I will devote my life to this. I will ensure Terra's independence and our base right to live fulfilling lives. Only then will we be free from immigration. Only then will our resources be our own. That is all. Will there be any questions? She's not dressed as well. I wonder if she's one of these immigrants. I have a question for you, Lord Player. If you're accepting, of course. Please speak, my child. My name is Kela. Please refrain from calling me child. I'm not one of your blind followers. Yet, something's odd about wearing a dog bone collar. Just saying, a name tag. Anyway, ... The real problem lies with your greed. You're a noble. You have so much food. Why do you hoard and say we've run short? What? If people like you learned to share, well, we'd all be leading happy lives. You're a single man, yet I've seen some inside reports. You hoard enough food to feed dozens. Inside reports? Would it be more fitting to share? The supply is there, Lord Player. That rhymes. Your campaign is based on a lie. And why do you have so much food? You don't look that round to me. This is why Lord Velasquez wants a teeth. Not on everyone, just the rich. So I don't think you care about our food, or any resources for that matter. You only care about removing foreigners. So my question is, what is the true reason you seek severance? Tuh. What gives you right to say this? It's an open forum? That's, freedom of speech? You're speaking to your future king. Future king? Don't make me laugh. You're avoiding the question. Where is your proof? Accusations require evidence, Kela. Something I'm sure you don't have. I laugh at the notion that I'm hoarding, especially enough to feed dozens of people. I know the importance of giving. I would never keep that while others starve. Really? You fooled me. That story you just told everyone? It was about not sharing and giving. I asked why you seek severance, and you go and get this defensive? Your hatred speaks volumes, Lord Player. There's no need to discriminate here. Everyone deserves food and shelter, not just those native to Terra. ... I seek severance to be independent. I only want to share amongst our own. I do not want a reputation of charity. I want Terra to survive on its own. If we keep giving things away, we only give off a bad image of ourselves. It's not a bad image. Well, even if you did achieve severance, we'd still be full of immigrants. Not only that, but their descendants too. How does this make you feel? Simple. We'd establish a new Terra. Once we are severed, we'll all be natives. We'll unite as one self-sustaining world. Why don't you should bring that up now? Rebranding our entire world? You'd think that'd be part of your campaign. Typical politician, making things up, turning all the negatives into positives. I'll give you credit, but I'm not fooled. I asked you to give a proof, child. Fine, your servant Kabu has all of it. He provided a particular shipping manifest. Should be all that we need to prove this. What? So I find the writing to be pretty good. I'm a little disappointed that the character art doesn't have multiple poses. Like, clearly Lord Player here is like shocked, and it's a lot of extra art, don't get me wrong, but to see the characters on the screen react during this conversation would be a definite value add or more immersion. It's not required. I'm just saying that the amount of motion that they're putting into this talking here is not accurately reflected by the visuals on screen, so it's a little discordant. What? And the evidence substantiates his claims. Claims of hearing immigrant hate speech, a nightly pastime is yours, it seems. I'll let him handle it from here. Boop. I can confirm all that Kaylee said. Kabu! You traitor! What have I done to deserve this? At first I thought Player was my friend. I know I'm not from Terra, but he made me feel wanted, like a son. But then he started to hate immigrants so much. I realized more that I was only being used. He just wanted a cheap servant. And now recently he's been hoarding food, creating nothing but artificial shortage. One he can conveniently blame on immigrants. And one that he can use as a cover. He conveniently hides his hatred, while supporting his campaign for mayor. The problem isn't those coming to Terra, it's the greed of those that live on it. Our immortal king speaks the truth. A tenth on the upper class. Yes, then everyone would be fed. Vote for Velasquez's continued reign. You know that you speak lies. Why are you doing this, Kabu? ... Please look at this shipping manifest. I will place it here for all to see, that you may know Player's true nature. Remember, he owns lots of land on Terra. This is but one of many instances. I'm positive he hoards at his other homes too. Forged! This evidence is forged! Do not trust such infantile accusations. It was likely created by Velasquez. Riley, have a word with these people. Ensure they realize Kabu's deceit. And guards, please detain these 2 men. 2 men? Which... Okay. We noticed that there aren't many people standing around. The initial rush must have already subsided. At least Kela is waiting for me. How long was I out? Well, I guess this is it, huh? I kind of pictured a grander entrance. But there's really no one here. Oh well, I should have expected less. That way you don't get too disappointed. It's better than getting your hopes up. That was sure an odd way of looking at things. Of course, nothing about Kela's was normal. Hey, pull out your phone. We should exchange numbers just in case. I know you don't really like maid cafes, but I can tell you so much about Tokyo. I read about this place online for weeks. A lot of stuff here to do. I'm sure we can come to some middle ground. He pulled out his phone and waits for information. I pull my phone in the pocket and do the same. After a few moments we pass, we exchange our digits. You got Kela's contact information. Thanks. It's nice to meet you. I'm always glad to make a new friend. He starts to scurry away. I hope he's a texter. I hate getting phone calls. It seems so weird. Our generation is definitely hooked on text messages. I wonder where I'm supposed to go. Brooke never gave me detailed information. I expected to be right there when I got off. But I don't see anyone at all, actually. I quickly turn around and bump into a helpless woman. That's a helpless woman? Hey, watch where you're going, will ya? I step back and immediately apologize. I tell her I was looking for my friend Rook. I explained the fact that I'm a foreigner and... Foreigner? Oh, so am I. But I'm no concierge. You should probably tell your friends to meet you at the atrium. In the atrium. She points to a large open area. I guess that's good enough landmark. I thank her and start to follow her direction. But before I get too far, a hand grips my shoulder. Oh no, could it be that man again? Please, just give me some peace and quiet today. Hey. A lot of people speaking English today. Are you so lonely you're taking up talking to yourself? That's weird. I'm extremely relieved. For a moment I thought it might be that man again. But no, this must be Rook. He does... What does he mean that talking to myself? Whatever. I'm glad you're here. The PA speaker mentioned possible delays. That's not something I can tolerate. We're on a strict schedule. Strict. He starts typing away on his tablet. Strict. Adjective. Acting in close conformity to requirements or principles. Ever heard that word before? Wow. I thought Kela was a character. Although I guess I'd be a little upset if he was boring. No one likes to stick in the mud. So where's the other one? I was confused. Well, I wasn't quite sure what he meant. I asked him for clarification. The other contest winner, I mean. You're supposed to be together. Wait, what? Ugh, insufferable. I hate being lied to. Stop the act. Seriously, where is he? I tell him no idea what he's talking about. I didn't meet anyone on the train except for Kela. Wait, could that mean... No way. Out of the shadow, someone shuffled towards us. Hey, you two. You were watching us? That's exceedingly creepy. What a group. We have ourselves a stalker. Someone who talks themselves, too. I really don't get what he means. I was clearly getting directions from that woman. I wasn't watching you, I was just shy. And hold on a second. You're the other contest winner? He really emphasizes the word "your." I'm unsure if I should take offense to this or not. Although I'm glad I didn't break the NDA. Brooke would have found out for sure. I guess I should have expected it. Both on the same train, both English speakers. It adds up. Well, either way, I'll have to say I'm really glad it's you. I feel like we got along on the train, even if it was only for a few minutes. Wow, keep bringing those maid cafes up. I know you don't like maid cafes, but we'll be spending lots of time together. I'm sure we can figure something out. Would you like to save a game? Yes. All right. This has been a half hour of Major Minor. Was it complete? Complete edition? It seems okay. The writing is high quality. There's not a lot of typos or grammatical errors. They throw a lot of characters at you and a lot of setup stuff. I'm fascinated by the fact that this was made in RPG Maker. I don't know. Can I find that out? Let me just double check. That is also interesting to me because normally you would use like Ren'Py or something else. I don't know what this is. It's gotta be, right? 30 characters, okay. Length of several novels. Woof. That's multiple endings, controller support. It's just really long. Seems like a lot. Yeah, it seems okay. Visual novels generally aren't my thing. This one at least wasn't super cringy out of the start. Like I said, with dealing with the courtroom scene, the lack of interstitial pictures and images, I think would grate on me after a while. Like if there's not enough variety to the character art, it's hard to really convey the emotion and make the characters feel alive, which I think is a negative. But if it's that long of a writing, maybe they just didn't have the resources for it. But who knows? Yeah, I don't know what the difference is between... Does it tell you what the difference is? Yeah, what is the difference? Just trying to look real quick while that music plays. What is Complete Edition? Full release with every chapter. Okay, so that's full release without a chapter. And then the other version, is there... Okay. Yeah, just must be a different way of delivering the same content. Cheers.